Okay, we're back with Ketramose, but this time it's historic Brawl, because I get to continue playing the black-white control game, which is one of my favorite archetypes, like, ever. So, I might even want to put, Approach the Second Sun in here with Key to the Archive and whatnot, but for now, I'm not going to go that deep. So it's got all the, typical good things to do in black and white in historic, and there's a flicker package in here too. Well, just Cloud Shift just draws a card if you target this, right? If your opponent goes to Frogify it or something, you can just bloop. So that's pretty nice. Because there's a fair amount of flickers, there could be more. This is the ones I'm running. I will finally craft Solitude. I think Solitude works with the flickers, right? I'm not going to run Grief, though. I don't think Grief is all that necessary. It also doesn't really work with Ketramose's text box too well. The sweepers, this is indestructible, right? All the graveyard hate, so you can draw more than one card a turn, basically forever. It's just really good. Got Creation of Avacyn to cheat out Crystalbrand sometimes. You got Reanimate, you got Dark Ritual, all yada yada. All the typical nasty things, and of course my true love, Overwhelming Splendor, to top it all off. The strategy isn't much different from the standard version, except the power level's higher and the decks are bigger. Am I more powerful than our opponents relative to the power increase of me and my opponent? We'll find out. If it's tier 1 for days, I would probably say no. But if it isn't, maybe there's something there. So let's craft these cards. Oh, the other card I'm going to craft is Utter End. I don't know if Utter End is that good, but it's got relevant text for the commander, and I don't hate it. I like Vindicate a lot as a card, so Utter End is just like a exile version of it for one more minute. That's it. Send it. Let's go. I am curious how good this deck is in Historic Brawl. Don't you dare Thoughtseize me. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so we play this, and we Thoughtseize. Gix is annoying, Voice is annoying. Shoot. Alright, I'm gonna take Gix. And very likely Bitter Triumph, my opponent's commander here. They played a land I didn't know about. Maybe questionable. I can also just ignore all of this, because I have a sweeper in my hand. I don't know if that's a good idea, but it's an idea. Shieldred is just a good card, so they can play that room out. Exquisite Bond is annoying. Another really solid top deck, so we're going to take more damage than I want to. But, that's okay. It's as okay as it's okay as I can emotionally allow. Oh, right, if you hit a land, I suppose this doesn't get a 1/1 counter on it. I suppose another plus about this is Ketramose doesn't die to the sweeper, so I can actually do something this turn. Alright, opponent, this card right here better not be busted. Alright, so we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to take 10 here, and we're hopefully going to stabilize at 10. Which might not happen, because every time I exile something, I lose life. So I'm going to need Shieldred to possibly stay alive. This doesn't matter at this point at all. I'm just going to name Spirit. It just doesn't matter. I have to play this just as quickly as possible here. Alright, so we go up to 8. Oh, it's a removal spell? Come on, come on. What are you doing? Wow, they actually didn't wait to see what they drew. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Okay, I cannot get a creature under creation, but I can get a reanimate to get Shieldred back so I can stay alive. What else gains life? I'm going to need something that most assuredly gains life. I don't really have many options. I think it's just reanimate Shieldred, which is actually not even... Oh, wait, Cling to Dust. Cling to Dust, that kind of works, right? Which means I should stop exiling creatures, because those are the things that are, you know... Cling to Dust is good with. Kaya is also good, but I can't cast it. Oh, but yes I can. I have Dark Ritual. I forgot. It's Historic Brawl. Oh no, my probably creation here, right? You don't blow up the Ghost Vacuum. You... Okay. Willing to let me have creation here is interesting. I will remove this, because that card's useless and this is fine. So they shut down Ketramose's ability to be able to swing. But Kaya should keep me in this game. I can exile my opponent's cards. Like, I can get rid of these, but they're not really doing anything, so... Kaya is very annoying. It does have hexproof. Oh no, they scryed a card on top. Oh no, what does that mean? What does it mean? That's fine. Okay, this actually works out, because now I get to see the card. Alright, that worked out. So let's get rid of this. Exquisite Bond is actually really funny. Oh, I forgot to exile their graveyard. It's fine. I forgot to exile their graveyard. I could have actually swung, which could have been useful. Also, casting Shieldred, I get a Shieldred, so that might not be a good idea. Opponent seems to agree. Alright, now we can swing with Ketramose, which is ideal. We also get, yet again, to see the top card of my opponent's library. Also ideal. Okay, the tables are turning. I'm not even sure what Anguish Unmaking targets. Nothing seems too relevant here. Okay. They can't even swing. Wow, this Boggart was just depressing, huh? Sanguine Soothsayer. I have to read that. Alright, Sanguine Bond is what that card does. So, let's get rid of this. I have to deal with Exquisite Blood now, or I get Schmied it. It's funny seeing Exquisite Blood gain life and not combo. It's just like, it's just funny. So play this. And swingies. Bloop, bloop. Necropotence is probably dangerous. I can see myself accidentally committing Sudoku. Let's not commit Sudoku. You thought I was gonna get comboed? Yeah. Well, I need other tools that they don't have. I'll most assuredly get rid of this. Look at that. We flipped an Edgar, too, this game. I got to do everything I wanted to do in Black-White ever in my life in one game. Shield Druid, Ketramose, Edgar, Kaya. It's just like the best game I played is the first game, so you know it's all downhill now. Feed the Swarm is alright. I mean, my opponent has cards, so... Let's actually... No, wait. I don't have to exile that. I can exile in response. So let's swing... Is this a vampire? It is a vampire. Edgar gives it +1/+1. That's hilarious. That is actually hilarious. So you should probably kill the Shield Druid. Now, we do not kill the Shield Druid. Okay. Interesting. They killed the Shield Druid on their upkeep last time. Exemplar. Gain life, but a counter whenever more counters draw a card at business turn. Alright. Sure. Surprised that that is better than trying to get this back. But, I mean, they know about Cling to Dust, so they can't actually reanimate that card. I will exhaust it now. I think they genuinely have to kill Shield Druid, yeah. It's definitely feels bad, but you just have to. I can do this on my turn to draw a card, but I don't have to. This is just mana efficient. I'm alright with that. I will not make the 3/2. I will get this out of the way. I don't think there was a lethal in there or anything. No, I don't think so. Reanimate. I will most assuredly keep that card. Play this and pass. Alright. Well, this is a pretty good showing of, you know, black-white life gain, stall out the game, gain a bunch of life, sweep the boards for spot removal. Ketramose, you just can't outgrind it. Like, you can't outgrind the card. But my opponent almost comboed me, right? It's like, you can't outgrind me, you must then probably combo me, and we could disrupt the combo if they ever actually got it online, which was moderately difficult at this point, so yeah, just you can't outgrind Ketramose. GG. I almost died though. I mean, I got low, but I was almost about to be above my starting life total if I wasn't already. Actually didn't look. And I had like a full grip. It's just crazy how it just can turn around like that. Oh no, it's Davriel. I literally just texted Davriel, said I don't want to see you, I don't want to talk to you to get your act together. And there he is. There he is, taunting me. I played Davriel again off stream the other day, and guess what Davriel did? Nothing. He gave me mana gargoyles and buffed my opponent's creatures. This is the most okay Thoughtseize I could ask for, I think. I think you have to take one of these two. Probably the Baleful Mastery. Feels good to always be right about the discard. And Mana Rock. Oh, they don't have the Mana Rock. Oh, chat. Opponent made a mistake. Supposed to run a Mana Rock on turn 2 with Davriel. Good luck exiling Ketramose. Don't you Shield Druid Edict me. Alright. I could have played Black Market too, but this is fine. What are you doing? Oh, they did exile it. Tragic. 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 Actual tragedy. Alright, Griselbrand, you know what to do. Yeah, exile tribal. Alright, watch. Perfect deal? I'm always gonna bash the perfect deal. Always gonna bash the perfect deal. Alright, it wasn't the perfect deal, but it was very close. Wait, was it? It actually was a perfect deal. Yeah, alright, it was a perfect deal. Okay. They got the best one. Because of course they did, right? You're playing against me. Land, Davriel, perfect deal again? No, Phyrexian Obliterator. I haven't seen someone play Phyrexian Obliterator ever. I've never seen Phyrexian Obliterator in play for any opponent in the history of playing this game. That's nuts. Okay, so I suppose I'll exile it? Phyrexian Obliterator. It's not even like a fancy art, it's just straight up Phyrexian Obliterator. That's crazy. You're a mad lad, opponent. You are a mad lad. That's cool. Short. I'll probably only draw 7 once, because my commander could commit war crimes if I mean, I actually can't do it twice. I'll just die on my upkeep. So treasure token, bloop. And we will despark this here. And we will play land. And we will Grim Tutor a good card? Or do we just... No, I don't want to go to 4. I'm going to play it super conservative. I don't even need Cloud Shift here. Yeah. Feels kind of bad, but like I am at 7. Ironcrag does not matter. The only thing that matters here to me is them drawing 3 cards with Davriel. So we get a Griselbrand, but I can't use it, unfortunately. And they've shown me to... They probably have removal spells, right? So let's play this. Yeah, I can't activate it or anything. I'd be blown away if they didn't have a removal spell. Okay. Unfortunately, my opponent cannot reanimate Liliana because that costs 5 instead of 6, so they can't get Liliana back. If anyone was curious as to why that happened. So, there are 3 cards in the graveyard. Can I exile my own graveyard? Yes. Gonna have to do that then. I really want to swing the Ketramose, so I can stay alive here. Alright, Ketramose, get in there. Start turning the game around. Yes! Yes. Yes, Ramos. Yes, Ramos. Maybe Gristledad sticks? Yeah. And maybe the Pope is Muslim. For 4, that's fine. Sure. Yep. To the command zone. Alright, perfect deal again. Perfect draw 3 into something that's irrelevant. No. No. Alright. They actually got a really, really, really bad deal. It is possible, chat. We've seen it. Let's get rid of Feed the Swarm so I don't commit Doge. Wow, they actually got a bad deal. That's nuts. They took one I would like never take too. That's crazy. I suppose I'll play the fetch land, but there's no incentive to really use it. They can shrink Ketramose to a 1/1 But that's okay, because then it just pokes this, and then this dies. Actually, they probably should make Ketramose a 1/1 here. They should not -2. They do -2. Wow. Ketramose is the new Nadu? His 15 minutes will be up soon. That's a bannable statement, sir. You might... Oh, they drew 3. There it is. There it is, chat. They did it. They did it. How dare you attack my favorite commander ever? It's innocent. Look at it. It's just swinging for 4. How's a 4/4 lifelink scary? It's not doing anything. What do you mean? Alright, what did you draw? Massacre Worm? Okay, well, Bowmaster's actually just scarier, so... Whenever you draw a card, exile top 2 cards of your library. Alright, they exile 2 lands. That's kind of funny. Another Davriel. Do we draw 3 yet again? The -1/-1 comes out to play. Love to see it. We just continue to make treasure tokens. And I don't actually know what to tutor here. Virtue is probably lights out. But so is Kaya. Kaya's most assuredly lights out, right? Oh, outgrinding Davriel is therapeutic. Yeah, you exile those cards. Yeah, Feed the Swarm and Black Market. Oh, opponent. Well, they would probably like Feed the Swarm. Maybe not Black Market. Maybe not Black Market. Treasure. I can reanimate Bowmasters. I think I'm just going to go after my opponent's graveyard. It doesn't... Cruelty's pretty... mid here. Oh, Massacre Worm. They could have cast it and removed my stuff. It would have actually done it would have made me lose 4 life. I didn't see that. Apparently neither did my opponent, though. My opponent also didn't see that. That's funny. That would have been a problem. I'd be surprised if I lose from here. I'd be very surprised. You thought Obliterate was a deep cut? Yeah. Well, they didn't cast it. Now they don't... Oh, I see. They don't want to cast the worm because I removed Perpetual. I removed the Magic Arena only mechanic, and this goes back to being a 4/4 when I cast it again. I still feel like I want Final Parting in my deck, but maybe I can still play without it for a bit here. Play this as a land, I think. Oh, this is mono green. Hello, mono green. Sylvan Tutor. Okay. Wow. I don't see that one often. Lanner War Tribe. Whoa. Opponent deep in the sauce. Deep in the sauce. I couldn't be more excited. I've actually lost the ability to kill that. Okay, they didn't cast it. I don't know how you don't cast this here. That's crazy. Alright, let the life loss begin. I'm gonna deal with this. So you play Foreign Collects, I can despark, I can exercise it. So I can bring it to the gym. 3-mana Kaya? 3-mana Kaya is in here. Learn your lore. So I guess I'll just play this. I don't think I'm Grim Tutoring this turn. Play this. It's a price I pay for not having the deck list in the chat bot, but I'm not famous, so I don't have to worry about it. Is that annoying? No, that's kind of annoying. It kills my Esper Sentinel, but then it doesn't do anything else. Alright, so now I have to tutor for a board wipe, probably. They do kill Esper Sentinel. I feel like always getting a land is way better. Esper Sentinel doesn't do anything, it's a mono green creature deck, so I don't really agree with that, but that's what my opponent did. Okay, so Grim Tutor, and then I can Dark Ritual any sweeper. Suppose Fumigate? So I at least gain some life, maybe? Sort of, kind of? It's destroyed this way, right? Yeah, so you don't gain a life for Ketramose being in play. Alright, Vorinclex on its own is a little mid. But they'll never run out of lands, just like Pock will never run out of lands. However, I can just sort of cyberbully it for a while. And draw some cards in the meantime. I can Cloud Shift cycle. Probably should, honestly. Should also be more weary in my life total when it comes to all these cards here. Ooh! Ah, I can't draw it. Or play it. Shoot. It's all your fault, chat. It's all your fault. Yeah, Kaya's Wrath would gain 1 life. That's true. Poor Vorinclex. They can keep casting it, though. You know, they can keep doing it. Oh, hey, it's an Ulamog. Was an Ulamog. I'm gonna do the first chapter. Can see what my opponent does for the turn before I decide what to do with this, but I'm probably always just tutoring. They could top deck an answer to it, but they'd have to do that. Opponent does not do that. Oh man, the lands, chat, the lands. Look at them go. Look at my opponent go. Hey! Alright, so this is probably right, because it's a nightmare to deal with. My opponent doesn't have a hand, so this probably wins the game. I don't know. They have Eldrazi in their deck, which I am moderately prepared for. Anywhere else, this is not going to cut it, though. Troll, give me that and that. Oh hey, I get to exile Vorinclex again for no reason. In fact, I probably shouldn't have cast this. I should have most assuredly held on to this actually to stem the Emrakul Eldrazi top decks. That was probably a mistake. Yeah, shouldn't have done that. My bad. My list is different from yours? Oh, shit, you have to enlighten me. I mean, I'm playing one that doesn't have a lot of creatures because I like black-white control. Right? It's like one of my favorite things. Oh, I see, this is why I said I shouldn't have used this. The, it conquers death. Yikes. At least they entwined it, so no cast triggers of Eldrazi. Oh, I do. Wait, they entwined it, so they can't cast trigger Eldrazi. They entwined it. They were not supposed to entwine here. That was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. Now you can't get Ulamog and hardcast it. That was a huge mistake. I think it saved me. You don't put him in play. Oh. They didn't get it. They didn't get it anyways, but oh no. Oh no. Feels bad. And you guys mock me for playing my overwhelming splendor. Look at it go. Who's laughing now? Ketramose can also attack, by the way. I'm gonna plus once and then just swing. I can soul partition and recast it. That's true, I can. I can soul partition this, yeah. So, but they entwined it. They entwined it. They made a whoopsie, oopsie doopsie oo-woo. I can't put a loyalty counter on Esper Sentinel? What is this? What is this? Opponent, the walls are closing in. The walls are closing in. I think it's safe to maybe draw now. My opponent gets to scry, but, well, I get to do that. I'm always playing Invasion, so I don't have to cast Inquisition here. Can I Invasion myself? No, tragic. It's just grayed out that you shouldn't. Oh, you can put a loyalty? Oh, okay. The psychology of it worked then. Didn't know that. Ketramose is pretty fun. Newsflash. Oh, you can't ram through with your 1/1 opponent? What happened? What happened? Cast, come on, cast, what's the best thing they could possibly have? Emrakul? Ah, they didn't have it. They didn't have it. Opponent says enchantment. Alright. Interesting. That would have been actually really good last turn, because Splendor would have been gone. So that was almost a really good top deck. Tragic. You can ram through and then block. It would kill Esper Sentinel. I choose not to. I can make Ketramose tap for 1 mana. Okay, why not? Ketramose is now Llanowar Elves. Oh, look at it. Look at it. I'm having too much fun. I watched a movie about this. It's called Cyberbullying. It's from like 2003 or something. It's a pretty good movie. Watched it in high school. No, middle school. Told me what not to do, and here I am, 15 years later, doing it anyways. Look at all these Phyrexian arenas I have in play. I'm actually on the cusp of taking out Necropotence. It might not be worth it. It full stop might not be worth it. I have a Bitter Triumph, so I can, like, pitch this. I'm not going to cast it for no reason. Alright, well, they're dead this turn. Yeah, they can't. I don't know what they could possibly draw now. Emrakul top deck would still be okay. So if my opponent tooth and nailed the right way and put 2 creatures to their hand, they would be in a much better position. However, I don't think that position would save them, but it would be a better position. They could, like, mess up my own board with my own spells. They could cast 10-minute Ulamog, deal with the Overwhelming Splendor. We would still have a game to play, but I would very likely still get past not entwining and putting 2 cards to their hand. It's very hard to see that when you're a mono green player or just a tooth and nail enjoyer to, like, not entwine. For a multitude of reasons, one of them being Overwhelming Splendor is not commonly played, but my opponent clearly just entwined because that usually wins games. However, you know, as we saw, it doesn't. It wouldn't scoop bad content. Well, it wouldn't show up to YouTube if I just auto-concede it. It depends how egregious it is. Depends how egregious it is. Like, if I'm playing Standard Brawl, and I'm playing a deck that doesn't stand a chance against Atali or Ketramose in Standard, I'm just like, I gotta get a game in for YouTube, or what am I really doing here? But I can beat Puck. I can beat Puck. I just didn't beat it. Alright, Liliana is probably better than all the other options, so I like it here. Opponent appears to not like it, so it looks like it might have been the right choice. Yep. That's just a Croxa. That's a Croxa. We're going to get rid of the fetch land, so don't lose any life to it. Huh. Wait. Yeah. Huh. Alright. Come on, Nicobolus. Land Nicobolus. Plus it, get rid of a land, utter end. And no Crocs on the next turn. Come on, come on, yeah. Get rid of a land here. Could probably get rid of Fumigate, honestly, but... Oracle of the Alpha, oh boy. I suppose this card first? Order lol from the opponent there. Actually, like Giga Order lol. Don't you dare have a fetch land? Can I beat this? So, yeah, sort of. Ah, I don't draw a card? Nah. Oh no, I thought I drew a card. I'm sorry, I got excited. I got excited. Alright, Ketramose. You can do it, buddy. I've seen you do it before. You can do this. Wait, don't want to do that. Come on, we can get there. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Oh no. Wait, what is this doing? Opponent, you didn't swing first! You didn't swing first! What are you doing? What? What are you doing? My Kaya is in place still. Oh, I should have been exiled in my own graveyard. Oh, they didn't target Kaya again. Alright, opponent's on some interesting flow here. So let's play this again. And do I ephemerate? Do I have swords? Do I do nothing? Nothing it is. Alright. You can't outgrind the Ketramose player, so hopefully we actually get there. Yeah, I can Tanos? What? Huh? Oh no. Goat out here with the big logic. You're right. I can Tanos this. Alright. Huge. Big if true. Actually, not that amazing. Not that amazing. It doesn't target. Does it hit this? Oh, it does hit that. Let's get rid of Ephemerate. Big when true. Oh man. Yes. 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 No answer to this. Answer to this, so crew. Found the answer, chat. Found the answer. Found the answer. Play this. And pass. Alright. Yeah, it's a 4-minute card still on the back face. Yes! You think you can outdraw? You think you can outgrind the black-white deck with your Grixis control? Alright. A little bit better. Alright, Muldrotha. Ye of evil descent. Calling the growth spiral. Calling it. Calling it. Calling it. Calling it. Oh, no growth spiral. Tragic. That is a roadside reliquary. Wow. You got it. I could have waited, but I think spamming this is fine. I mean, it will eventually always do something, right? So, Counterspell is... Counterspell is not right. I can... Okay. Play something that taps the island, please. Come on, tap the island. Okay, there we go. Alright, I like this. I like this. So, play Muldrotha with a spell up? Protection spell or something? This is a very weird mana rock. What does Muldrotha care about the engines for? Very strange to me. Well, that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. Suppose certain things it gets are not of major concern. I wish I had a Thoughtseize here. I think I should get Farewell because I'm up against Muldrotha specifically. I don't want them swinging with that. Surprised he's playing it out, you think? We'll see. It is a Sultai deck, so it can just cast Sultai Ultimatum and win the game, so... I don't know if I agree. bounce my Ketramose, please? Don't brainstorm? Awesome. Brainstorming is most assuredly right here. Opponent does not do that. Alright. What do you got? What do you got? No! Come on. They didn't target the Solitude! Do not remove Perpetual. They didn't target the Solitude. I have Ephemerate. Opponent, I have Ephemerate. Your Ulamog is gone. Oof. Oof. Ooh. Yikes. The biggest yikes. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. Oh no! No, please. No, not like this. Oh, chat, not like this. No. Approach. No. Come on, no. Let's not panic. Let's not panic. In order to avoid the Wayfarer's Bauble accidentally shuffling it on top, I will exile this key immediately. So they don't have white mana. Oh, wait a minute. They still have white mana with the column. Oh my... Chat, if I lose to that card, if I lose to that approach, I'm going to be really upset. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be a pretty upset individual. That is my win condition, not yours. Opponent's at 42, so yikes. 40 as well. Okay, they didn't shuffle, so they weren't trying to windmill it randomly. Like, shuffle and then try to put approach on top. So it's still there. Alright. Edgar, yep, it's fine. Liliana, get rid of Molteraltha, which is just allowing me to attack for slightly more damage. Not the most amazing thing to do, but is a thing I am doing. Let's play Temple. I don't want that. Let's exile this. I can actually swing with this. It is a lot of damage. But I think drawing cards is, like, just good. So. And I'll play out Bogart and target my opponent. I don't want to get rid of my own graveyard en masse. Just to put damage. It's not really doing anything else. So a 3-mana tutor leaves for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if they find most tutors, they can cast the approach. I do not have the damage. I don't have Thought Seize. Still in the deck. Assassin's Trophy? Alright, sure. Skid you. Bloop. Oh no, they're drawing. So they draw one card this way. Oh no, they draw 2. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Oh no. Oh no, it's happening. Not like this. Don't care. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17. So 34. Okay. Get rid of that card out of hand. Don't cast it. Okay, good. And swing. Come on. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to exile something. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I clicked past it. I'm sorry. I clicked right past it. I'm stupid. I was supposed to exile something there. That was kind of a huge mistake. So it depends what this next card is, if my opponent lives or dies. I draw lands. Yep, it all just falls on this top deck here. What is the next card, opponent? That's all that matters. That's it. It's just this card right here. This one. That's all that matters. It's a land. It's a land. Okay. They block 5, 4, 5, 6. Nope, we got him. We got him. We got him. Oh. Bro, if I lost that game... I also should have exiled. I should have seen one additional card. Not many cards on my deck would have stopped this, but... Man, I would have been... Okay, I wouldn't have been upset if I lost to that, but it would have been hilarious. Did they name white here? My opponent made a mistake. They're supposed to name white with the Utopia Sprawl, because if I blow this up, you lose your white mana. They were supposed to name white, and they did not. So they gave me more outs than I should have. Should have had, but... Yeah, that was super, super close. I missed a card draw, and they misnamed. Well, this didn't end up mattering, obviously, but it could have. What a game. What a game. Exile Invasion? What would that do? No, it's only cards you control, right? Oops. Okay. So I was sweating for no reason. I could have just Felia exiled and milled, because it mills 3. Alright, so I got sweaty for no reason. Okay, I'm an idiot. I had the answer in play. Oh, that's why chat's here. Okay. So, Ketramose is by far the most fun I've had in Historic Brawl in a while. It is extremely grindy and plays my kind of black-white deck, right? It's like Edgar. Edgar, as you would know if you've watched a lot of my videos, Edgar is one of my favorite commanders. When you play a deck that's not vampires, it's just Edgar. Try to deal with it while I try to beat you with other controlling elements that black-white has available to it. And Ketramose says, well, I'm also indestructible, can start gaining life later in the game, and, yeah, I don't know why it's indestructible, but okay. And draws a bunch of cards. So I can run on top of that sort of Phyrexian Arena in the side... excuse me, not the sideboard. Phyrexian Arena in the command zone. You can also run Graveyard Hate, which you normally don't like to do that much, but any graveyard-based strategy must now suffer all of your Graveyard Hate cards, because those are just a big way of drawing cards, and that is pretty huge. It also dodges board wipes, unlike Edgar, so it really is better than Edgar as your like black-white creature that wants to play a control deck. Right, outside of playing something like Kaya in the command zone, especially in standard. If you want like that random mid-rangey looking creature in your command zone for your control deck, Ketramose is in a league of its own. There's nothing even close to this, right? In the 30 years this game existed, or 32 years at this point, there's nothing that comes close to this in black-white, specifically for EDH. So I really like this commander. It is probably one of my favorite commanders. And in Historic, it was functional, right? I ended up putting Phyrexian Unlife in here because I was losing a lot of life, and it made sense to sort of offset that with, well, I can just go to -16 and then just chill in the negatives. If my opponent can't ever hit me through all the removal and board wipes, I can just drain myself into the negatives, especially with Black Market Connections. I don't have Necropotence in here anymore, but I did. It kind of makes sense. I liked it. And because Phyrexian Unlife, surprisingly, makes sense, you can run Solemnity, where then you can't get poison counters put on you, and your opponent has to break up that combo or you can't die. Now, that combo saves you from death, but it doesn't save you from victory. Well, I mean, it doesn't save you from losing, I should say. So if you have those two in play, your opponent could just, like, River's Rebuke you, Cyclonic Rift, or Besage you, or anything, right? And break it up. But it's interesting enough to at least try Phyrexian Unlife, and I really liked it. I thought if ever it was going to work, it was here. And Phyrexian Unlife is one of my most played cards. I play a lot of Historic Best of One just to climb the dailies every day or whatever, so it works there. I just like it. Phyrexian Unlife, Solemnity to be specific. So because this makes sense, you can run Solemnity, and that can sometimes save you. I lost a game against Pock where if I had Solemnity to go tutor, I probably could have won that game against Pock. They didn't have an Eldrazi to exile it, and they already played Besage, so I could have won that game, but it just didn't come to fruition. I didn't have Solemnity. Probably not the right thing to do in the long run, but it does still make sense. It is not, I would disagree with the person in chat just now, it is not remotely difficult. In Standard, it is, but it's a little bit difficult. In Historic, it is not at all difficult to turn this into an attacker. You can very easily get 7 cards in exile, especially if you run cards like Rest in Peace, right? However, you don't necessarily need this to attack for your deck to thrive and do what you want to do. This becoming a creature that attacks and blocks is like a bonus. Honestly, if it didn't have that text, if this was a 0/1, it would probably be just as good. So I don't really care about it being a 4/4 that can't attack sometimes. If it was 0/1, it would be about just as good in my opinion. But in Historic, it was very easy to turn this on. And I was not running Rest in Peace. I don't really like Rest in Peace because it does disrupt a lot of your other cards. I am running Reanimate and whatnot, and you just don't need Rest in Peace. I've seen it in Modern, people trying to play Rest in Peace with Ketramose, and yeah, it's cool, but I think it actually gets in the way of some of your cards, while also being not necessary. Because if you want to exile things over and over, there's just cards that do that more efficiently, while also drawing more than one card a turn, like Unlicensed Hearse. This is about just enough. Like, between specifically Unlicensed Hearse and Rest in Peace, this does what Rest in Peace wants to do, while also drawing more than one card a turn, basically every turn, as opposed to infrequently, and you lose consistency. And Ketramose swinging is not an issue anyways, but we could turn it on very quickly. Most of your Brawl decks are essentially Voltron. Well, have you seen my... what is it? If you're playing this as a Voltron deck, I don't know. You can. It is indestructible. However, you are allowing yourself to be vulnerable. I guess that's an interesting thought. Yeah, you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable to things that you otherwise don't have to be. Where if you're going tall on Ketramose, there are answers to it, like bouncing it, frogifying it, Heliod's Pilgrimage or Punishment, whatever. Like, there's ways to stop Ketramose. Swords to Plowshares, Blowing up the auras on it in equipment was an issue. I don't really like the Voltron strategy, whereas I like it with Clothis, the red-green goddess. I think Clothis could pull it off. I don't really like it in Ketramose. I think Ketramose has better options to do it, but I would still prefer Killian instead of Ketramose for that strategy. It's worth thinking about, though, but Clothis is kind of my Voltron jank thing that I like to do. I don't like Ketramose in that regard because it just allows yourself to be vulnerable in a way you don't normally have to be vulnerable while still winning games very decisively by outgrinding people, right? That's obviously my preference anyways, so any excuse to play black-white control, I'm going to make it. And this was phenomenal through and through. I didn't feel like I needed Eldrazi. I absolutely did not feel like I needed Mana Rocks. There were certain cards that, like, oh, just run more exile cards. Well, I got to make room for the Historic Brawl staples. Like, I have to play Dark Ritual. You can't play a black deck in Historic Brawl without Dark Ritual and, like the grindy 3-drops that Dark Ritual likes to play turn 1. Like, you still want to do all those kinds of things. I could have put Final Parting in here to, like, mill this, get the Reanimate, and then, reanimate this. But I wasn't running Final Parting, but it would have made sense. If you want more board wipes, I would say at this point, because I have so many in the deck, just run another Tutor, and then that Tutor is a board wipe, and also every other card you want in your deck. It's just so good. It's such a good commander. I'm a huge fan of it. It does not feel broken beyond belief, though. Like, there are things that just shut you out completely. You can still lose to turn 1 on the play Llanowar Elves, into Cultivate, into Flare, into Pock. You lose, lol. You can lose to Mana Drain. You can lose to whatever Rusko's doing. Like, it's not busted and crazy, but it's just really, it's kind of the ultimate deck for my preference. Everything this deck is doing, I am a huge fan of it, right? Black, white, and then Teamer are like my things, and they're like all 5 colors divided into 2 different piles. I love Rug, Teamer, take extra turns, Sarkhan, draw a card things, and I love black, white control, whatnot. You could genuinely full stop play Approach the Second Sun. You could just play Approach the Second Sun, and your deck would be fine. You have a reasonable expectation to also draw Approach the Second Sun, because you draw so many cards. You don't even need Phyrexian Arena. It's in your sideboard. I keep calling it sideboard. It's in your command zone. This was a blast to play. It's kind of refreshing, too, because Historic Brawl has been mired with, like, turn 1-2 game-ending cards, and Ketramose, for the most part, can get away with continuing the game in the face of those game-ending turn 1 and 2 plays, and that is awesome. Ketramose is a very fun commander. I don't know how it is with a creature-heavy deck, so if you want to play, like, black-white beat-down mid-range stuff with creatures, you can. You're more vulnerable, again, to things that you otherwise don't have to be vulnerable to, like sweepers. But that's it. Before I start talking in loops, repeating myself, which I probably already have. Can recommend. Absolute 10 out of 10. It's not super busted. I don't expect it to be beating Keenan, Scythus, Rusko consistently. Like, the tier 1 commanders that are already here are probably just better than this. I will say that. It's probably better, if not about the same. Though that's a bold statement, because there are cards you don't have really good answers to, like Sultai Ultimatum, or Emergent Ultimatum, what it's called. Extra turn spam. Yeah, the tier 1 commanders kind of clown on this. It feels like that might be the case. I didn't really get to play against a lot of tier 1 commanders, which is good. I'm suffering against the same 5 commanders over and over, which is another plus to this card. It was not playing against tier 1 consistently. So that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about it, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Very fun commander.